Good evening, and thank you for joining me. My name is Ryan Cross, and I am here to present the integrated marketing strategies for my company, Cross Entertainment. What I'm going to talk to you tonight are about the 5 marketing strategies that I feel are the best to implement for a new company such as mine. Cross Entertainment is an artist management company, and what I look to do with my company is to basically get the name out there of all of our artists. And how do I do that? To best maximize revenues as well as the integrity of my company. The first would be cross-promoting with liquor companies, using the Pandora method for touring, community sponsorship where available, social media, and music within department stores. First, we have the cross-promotion with liquor companies, and this past summer, 2012, the electronic dance music group known as Swedish House Mafia teamed with Absolute to create the Absolute Greyhound campaign, which introduced the Swedish House Mafia to a consumer market and demographic that may not normally listen to their style of music, which is techno or house, whichever you prefer to classify them as. And by cross-promoting, what it did was it reintroduced the Absolute brand to a genre of individuals that may be missing it. For example, ravers or dance heads, as they are called, might not normally think of Absolute Vodka as their first choice when it comes to liquor. Basically, what this did was, as I stated, reintroduced Absolute into the market, as well as introduced the Swedish House Mafia to consumers that may not normally think of them. Using the Pandora model for touring is something that I'm going to closely look at in the next several months, as Pandora is looking to create tours for artists based on zip codes, interest, and musical preferences. So what that means is that in certain zip codes across the country, there may be individuals and consumers that like country music more than rock and roll, but have expressed interest in rock and roll artists. Well, what that would do is combine the forces of a tour, say for example a Motley Crue and a Tim McGraw, and place them in markets where the interest would be high, versus taking them to some place, say like Atlanta, Georgia, where hip-hop and electronic dance music might have a bigger influence. What this does is it cuts back on wasted tour revenues. It allows new routes to be created for tours, and it overall gives individuals a greater chance to see artists that they normally want versus having an oversaturated market with artists that they do not care about. Through event sponsorships such as the Run Rock and Roll, Cross Entertainment can introduce its brand and demographic basically to anyone that is a health enthusiast. What happens at the Run Rock and Roll events is that participants run either a half marathon or a full marathon, and after the event they stay around for a concert that basically is any genre of music, preferably rock and roll. But that doesn't mean that in markets such as Nashville, Louisville, Kentucky, or even Boise, Idaho, there couldn't be a country rock and roll where participants ran their race and stayed after for a country music event. Social media is quite honestly the most integral part of any campaign, and is something that any business needs to highly consider when starting their business. In fact, Cross Entertainment has looked at ways to market itself via Facebook, YouTube, such as this presentation, or even through Twitter. Knowing when the right opportunities present themselves and being in front of our consumers is our #1 top priority. We want to convey our messaging and get our information out there as quickly as possible without any delays. Finally, by having a cross promotion with our music artists in department stores, we can grow a fan base that we've never seen before. In fact, H&M and Diesel are 2 of the leading market providers right now for new up-and-coming artists. In fact, this afternoon I visited a local H&M here in the Denver, Colorado area, and every song that was on in their store was not something that I would hear on the radio. It actually made me want to stay in the store a little bit longer to find out what kind of music and genre they were going to continue playing. And I feel, as an artist management company, this is the best way to introduce our artists to a fan base that we are completely missing. Some of the SMART goals that I'm looking at for my company are a fully integrated website, marketing at various trade shows, and article submission within our trade organizations. For a fully integrated website, I chose AM only as a test model. In fact, what you see here on the screen is an availability model based on their artist. This is something that I'd like to consider for Cross Entertainment, as their website is easy to navigate, has all the basic information that anyone is looking for, and for a talent buyer, this website and this model right here is the easiest. As you'll see here, this is Manufactured Superstars, an electronic dance music group here based out of Denver, Colorado. And as you see right below them is a calendar starting with a date, and the blackout dates are dates that they're currently booked. I feel this is great for anyone that's looking to book any of our artists from rock and roll, jazz, electronic dance music, or hip-hop, because you can see exactly when and where they're going to be, knowing if you're going to buy them as a talent buyer, is it going to cost you more money to fly them from Fort Lauderdale all the way, say, to Denver, or is it easier when they're in Las Vegas to fly them into Denver so that you're not spending as much money on plane tickets? By participating in various trade organizations like IEBA, Billboard, and Polestar, for example, this will give us the opportunity to showcase our company, make industry connections as necessary, and discuss whatever might be on anyone's mind. For example, IEBA, the International Entertainment Buyers Association, are all the talent buyers for the various venues across the country. I think this is the first and most important event that I need to be at, as this allows me to be in front of all the talent buyers showcasing our artists' talents. The Billboard Touring Conference and Awards, this will allow our organization to meet with some of the touring individuals and folks, again, with talent buyers from across the country, working on ways that we can be integral and create revenue streams and shares all across the board. With Polestar Live, basically what this is would be a great conference for anyone within Cross Entertainment to go and visit with talent buyers, learn about up-and-coming artists, and learn about what is most important across the country. Here you'll see writing trade articles for, say, Polestar, Rolling Stone, or IEVM Facility Manager magazine. Gives us the opportunity to share our expertise and learn from others within the within the industry, learning what works best, what tour models are up and coming, and basically what our consumers want. Our communication strategy is split up into 5 areas: advertising, personal selling, public relations, direct marketing, and sales promotion. Through advertising, via Michael Michalowicz, he discusses that it's important for any individual in advertising to meet with local chambers of commerce, young professionals, and other groups all across the board. Basically what this does is it gives you community outreach. It allows for consumers in your direct market to learn about your organization and provides an opportunity of learning for all. Personal selling, again, this goes hand in hand with chambers of commerce, going out and meeting key individuals within the community, showing that I'm here to support, and being a resource whenever necessary will be great in the advancement of Cross Entertainment. Public relations is a strong campaign that we will have to work on. Again, through social media, this will allow us to be in touch with our consumers almost instantly. And any information that we put out there, we hope will be picked up by some of the big markets such as CNN or MSNBC, giving us a broader range of reach for our artists as well as the company as a whole. Through direct marketing, we look to target talent buyers, venues, strategic people all across the industry, again, working with some of those trade organizations to get our information out there. And we recognize the fact that we're going to have to be creative in our keyword and our target markets, basically stating not having a subject line that says openness, but instead creating something that says Cross Entertainment now taking bookings, or Cross Entertainment rolls out digital platform for the selling of our artists through digital song licensing only. Finally, through sales promotion, we look to continue creating the buzz via ad banners on the various trade websites like Rolling Stone, Beatport, AM Only, working with different individuals just to convey our message and get it out there to the public. The marketing project plan that I feel is best is that similar to the Absolute Greyhound campaign. And what I'm doing here is I would work with a local distillery, Breckenridge Distillery, and what Breckenridge Distillery specializes in is vodka as well as whiskey. I think by creating a campaign for some of our artists at first, whether it be hip-hop, electronic dance music, rock and roll, or country, we will touch one genre that will have an interest to many. By partnering with a local entertainment production company in Kevin Larson Presents, he will allow us to gain the outcome that we're looking for, which is reaching the mass consumer, learning more about our demographic, and basically introducing us into the market. Here in Denver, Colorado, we have a perfect venue for that, known as Castleman's Bar and Venue. And what Castleman's does in the past is they've opened their doors to various companies that are looking to basically get off the ground. And so by working with these three organizations, we'll create a similar campaign to the Absolute Vodka campaign, where we will have an artist pair with Breckenridge Distillery for their vodka as well as their whiskey. Said artist will perform at Castleman's the day of the launch party for Cross Entertainment, all through the help and design of Kevin Larson Presents. I appreciate your time this evening, folks. As you see here, there's a lot of works that were cited, not indirectly through the presentation, but basically throughout the paper that can be found by emailing me at rlcross0282@fullsail.edu. I'm more than happy to share any of the information that I've researched and found over the past several days. Again, I appreciate your time. I thank you, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Have a great evening.